And now it's time for our In Focus section. And this week we have an interview with Pramit Bhargava, developer of the Luie Voice Control app.
Hello everyone, welcome to this very special interview. Today we have got three guests with us, and all three are from my country, that is India. We have the developer of Luie Voice Assistant, Pramit Bhargava from India.
Hello everybody, Pramit, and delighted to be here.
And then we have got Mayank from India as well.
Hello everyone, thank you.
And we've got Joe from India.
Hey everyone.
So thanks for coming. It is very nice to see you all come here today.
Yeah, I think it's great for us, and we would be happy to show you what all Louie can do.
Thank you so much, guys. Warren here, and I also have with us here today one of our co-hosts. I call her the pretty one. Hey, Miriam. Of course, she's kind of on the sleepy side.
No. I definitely like to welcome all our guests. It's a pleasure to have you all here.
And Pramit and your friends, we really want to thank you for taking your time to come, because I know it's not easy to be doing something this time in the morning on a Saturday. Oh my, it's time to sleep, and you guys are volunteering and sacrificing your time to do this. We are deeply appreciative of what you're doing. And so, Pramit, what we're talking about here today is talking about the Luie Voice Assistant. And how about you take us back to the history? What led you to this? And then, we go from here.
Oh, all right. Because I'll talk a little bit about myself and talk about how the inspiration came. So I used to be somebody who had a normal vision. I did computer engineering, then went on to do MBA and worked with companies like Unilever, Motorola, Quest Diagnostics. And about 21 years back, I was given a drug for joint pains. The drug did work. The joint pains disappeared, but it also reacted on the retina. And all of a sudden, I realized that probably it happened overnight. I'm still not sure. My vision had suddenly dropped a lot. I could still get some correction. I could still read. So I was working with Unilever at that time. So sort of, life still continued. Over the years, vision kept dropping. Doctors, of course, had no idea, of any kind of, cure or prognosis or anything. When it really hit me was about 9 years back, when suddenly it took a nosedive, the vision, and I realized everything got cloudy, foggy, wavy, whichever way you call it, and I just couldn't read anything at all. And suddenly I had the fright of my life. I'll be, honest to share that 2-3 years I was just sitting at home. I lost all confidence. My family was, of course, taking care of me, but you know how it is. You become even more dependent. And when you become more dependent, you lose your confidence even more.
Absolutely.
So slowly I start figuring out, okay, are there tools that can help me? So came across something called a screen reader talkback, turned it on, and I realized my phone is locked. Of course, the sighted family members also could not help because nobody could figure out. So the only option we had was to go on to Google and figure out how to get out of this damn thing, So, but then, of course, I realized that this can be very useful, figured out how to do it. Similarly, discovered NVDA, and you tried NVDA just because the name sounded different. I said, NVDA is something exciting. Let me try it out. And of course, it works beautifully. So slowly I was, figuring out, discovering all these solutions, working out my own formula. And in a way that helped me because I had a completely open mind. Nobody trained me. Nobody really told me this is the way, that way. So that kept an open mind. Slowly I got the confidence back and started doing some consulting work. And it was while I was doing that couple of very chance events actually got me onto Louie. I had no plans at all. As you can imagine, somebody is just was sitting at home in this lost phase and just trying to come back. So I had this meeting. I had gone to meet managing director of Sequoia Capital. It's a large venture capital company in the world, and they are very, very big in India. I had this meeting with him basically with a single-minded agenda to get consulting assignments from them since they invest in so many startups. So that was my agenda. And this gentleman, he heard my story. So he asked me what apps I use and, what are their pluses, minuses. And in between the meeting, he says, look, I'm not going to help you on consulting. This is like a complete nonsense. Why don't you go build apps for visually impaired people like you? So
Thank you. Yeah.
so honestly that time I thought this guy is crazy. So I kept pushing him for consulting, and then he said no, go away, think about it, come back, then we'll see. So it took me a while because the thought of doing a startup, and then I did computer engineering a while back, and then since then I've been more into marketing and managing businesses. So yet there was something inside me that was telling me that look, this is almost like a golden opportunity and I shouldn't miss. Very rarely do you get these chance of leveraging your own disability and putting it to use and hopefully building something that can work for other visually friends as well. There was, by the way, at that time, fortunately, I read another study which was in Australia where people on the deathbed were asked if they have any regrets, and almost 95% said that they couldn't follow their what their heart was saying. They didn't do what they should have done. And I said, I'm not going to be one of those 95%. So I said, I'm going to do something about it. So this gentleman was helping me on the personal front, not Sequoia officially, but on the personal front. Then of course he put another question onto me saying that look, I've heard enough of what works, on how it works, etc., but tell me what is a good app that you will build. And this is where again I got stumped, because it's very easy to we can all be experts and criticize and all of that, but to come up with an idea and say okay, this will work, that's not easy at all. So this is when another chance meeting happened. I mean, these is, so that's why, this whole thing has been full of chances, accidental meetings. So I had gone to meet a friend who, on the way back, he took my Android phone and he said, why don't I book Uber for you? And he he opened Uber. He asked me my destination. I gave it to him. He said, these are the three options appearing on the screen. I said, okay, take this one. Then he told me the rides, the fares. Again, I made a selection. Then he reconfirmed everything with me, so just to be sure that I know what booking is happening. So pickup, destination, which ride, fare, and how am I going to pay? Right, I confirmed, and then he booked, and then even call the driver, message the driver for me. And on the way back in Uber, Warren, I just thought there was something amazing about this experience. Now, as a visually impaired, I want to be independent. I want to be in control as well. And here there was an amazing experience where it was, of course, extremely convenient because somebody else is doing it for you. But I was the one who was in charge all through. I was the one making the decisions. So then, like a eureka thing, a thought just came. And I said, what if I build a virtual friend right there on the phone screen, which will do exactly what my human friend does? So it will do a continuous voice interaction with me. It will take my voice commands. It will perform all the actions within an app. It will allow me to do each and everything within an app, just like a sighted person. And he'll also understand this virtual friend that I cannot see the screen at all. So there's a very special kind of handholding that a blind person requires. So this is really the concept of Luie Voice Control. This is how the concept came alive. So just give Louie voice commands and it will allow you to do each and everything within a supported app, all with just voice commands.
Wow, that's a wonderful story, Pramit. And look at what it has done around the world, because now it's not only in India that people are using Luie Voice Control Assistant, but I mean all over the world, and most especially in the developing world and anywhere else, and where people especially like to use things like WhatsApp and other apps, for communications and all of that. I can see that immense important advantages of using this, because a lot of people are not that familiar using the virtual keyboard and all of that. So just imagine having the ability to use one's voice to read and respond to your WhatsApp messages or whatever the case may be is a big win-win situation for everybody. And so, Pramit, this is a great thing that you have done. You've created such a wonderful thing for everyone. And so you brought some friends along with you here today, and I'm sure they would be able to kind of help us demonstrate a little bit about that and all of that. But I got a question because I think there's a little bit of a confusion going on. Some are thinking it's a screen reader. Now, is it a screen reader on its own, or is it mainly like a voice assisted, using voice mainly and not necessarily a screen reader? Because I think there's a little mention of a screen reading capability in there, is there?
Okay, correct. Okay, so the core of the product, like I mentioned, it's a voice assistant, right? It's basically designed, and this is where all our energies are going. It's essentially designed to take a user's voice commands and allowed them to do, like I said, each and everything within a supported app. By the way, when we started work, because if you see, Louie can work both on the screen as well as under the screen. It can also work with API. So basically, that gives us a huge flexibility to be able to essentially voice enable each and every app. Even if the app is not fully accessible, we can voice enable it for the user. Now, part of doing that, we initially built a screen reader because we needed to build these screen scraping technologies. So yes, there is Louie does have a screen reader, which is not very visible. You have to go deep inside settings, because and the reason was, I'll tell you why. Because I think screen readers are there, and bringing in another screen reader will not make a dramatic difference. I think the new TalkBack 9 itself is doing pretty well. So what we said is, we'll focus on something that nobody else is providing. And right now, if you see, there is no other app like Louie. And you were right; it's being used in over We have users in over 90 countries across the world.
Wow.
And one after another, there are a whole lot of apps that we are now voice enabling. Yesterday, we released Gmail. And just to give you the entire list, so it's we started, of course, with Uber, the story that I said. Then we have WhatsApp.
The one that took you home.
The one that took me home. And by the way, it's working for a lot of people. Because, with Uber, I'll tell you, a lot of it is also about that confidence of, being able to book correctly. Sometimes Uber app goes up and down. It's not accessible. Sometimes it has happened with me. I wouldn't know whether I have selected the right destination. So often I'll start a set in Uber and first confirm with the driver. So anyway, so Uber, YouTube, WhatsApp, Google search, Gmail has just come in. Managing your contacts completely, creating new contacts, editing, deleting, blocking, messages, then phone call, then even all the critical phone settings. And within a week, we are also coming up with Facebook Messenger. And then, of course, there are a whole lot of other apps that we'll talk about that we are looking at.
That is so interesting, though, because I tell you, on blind Android users, we have a lot of questions, people trying to do the things that we think are so mundane. And yet, in the same breath, these are huge tasks to this type of people, new beginners. And so, in reality, an app like Louie Braille Voice Assistant is going to be a huge thing for those people to use, most especially. And I'm thinking of, people that are not familiar with screen reader, or not familiar with touchscreen devices in general, and would like to have one, but then are afraid of not going to be able to use that touchscreen. This could be something that comes in handy for such a person to use. And frankly, talking about it now, I'm actually really excited about it. I know the last time I tried it was a little while ago, and now, of course, I'm going to be playing with it again, because there's no such thing as me easily composing my messages with my voice instead of typing it. I finish maybe like a 300 word or 300 character message versus trying to type it. It's going to take me a longer time trying to type it when compared to using my voice. So definitely I'm going to be using this thing myself as well. So Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be great. And what is the other thing which happened with me, by the way, I had a mind block against voice. So even though the idea came, and then I wasn't sure, but then, one thing I'll tell you, and I've seen it with a lot of people, it can be very, very addictive. Just like that convenience of, being able to do things in a very relaxed way, it can be highly addictive. I mean, and you can see it, for example, in the US alone, I think almost 35-40% of the households, even cited ones, have got these smart speakers,
Yeah,
Alexa and Google
exactly.
Home, right? And
Yes.
it's convenient. I mean, I am very fond of Alexa, so,
Yeah.
because it brings in a convenience. And the other thing, I'll tell you, which sometimes we forget. See, part of that accessibility is not just a screen reader telling you which button, but let's say I'll give you a real scenario. I've done my Uber booking. Suddenly, I realize that I don't need to go. Now, Uber will charge me if I don't cancel it quickly, right?
Yeah.
Now, cancel button is right at the bottom of that booking screen. Now, if I don't know where it is, imagine I'm swiping, 20, 20, 30 swipes. I still don't know under pressure. With Louie, you don't need to know which button is where or which setting is where. So sometimes it can be
Yeah.
deep inside. So you want to cancel, for example, you want to, let's say, clear your chat. Right. A lot of people in WhatsApp are not sure how to clear my chat because that setting is inside. Right. You just tell Louie clear chat and it does the job for you. So
Great.
that would be another aspect that it can bring in.
Love it. So, would one of your guests that came along with you, either Miranthan or Joy, which of you would like to demonstrate to us a little bit about Louie, maybe like creating a contact or sending a message, or reading a message on WhatsApp, that kind of thing?
Sure. So, Joe, maybe we can start off with contact.
Yes, that would be great.
Hey, Louie.
Hello, Joe. Which app would you like to open?
Contact.
Create a new contact, read all contact, browse call logs, or search for an existing contact.
New contact.
Please speak the number from the digits between 0 to 9.
9811886001.
Got it. 98118866001. Confirm or re-enter.
Confirm.
Say or spell the name by which you want to save this contact.
Pramit.
Got it. Pramit. Confirm or re-enter.
No.
Say or spell the name by which you want to save this contact.
Boss.
Got it. Boss. Confirm or re-enter.
Confirm.
Contact save boss 98118866001. Call, message, edit, delete, block, search, or cancel.
Call.
Okay, calling boss.
So,
Yeah,
Warren, this
so-
is actually my number she's calling.
That is wonderful. I'm
Okay,
so
so-
excited about it.
Wow.
Yeah, so okay, well, now what we'll
This is
show you,
amazing.
asked for WhatsApp, so we'll show you a lot more within WhatsApp. So just to tell you, so Louie is not just about voice enabling things, we have also added a lot of capabilities. So, so for example, within WhatsApp, Louie can now do image recognition seamlessly. So we'll show you how it will read a text message. It will automatically figure out it's an image. It will describe the image in a basic way. It will read the text on the image. Louie can read documents, so it can even read scanned PDF documents. And by the
Well,
way,
okay.
Louie can also now work because there's a lot of feedback from users in Africa, South Asia, Southeast Asia about internet being very expensive and patchy. So Louie can work in offline mode as well for contacts, phone calling, text messaging, which doesn't require any internet.
Great.
Right. So, so Joe, let's show image recognition and all of that on WhatsApp.
All right, Pramit.
Hi, Joe. Which app would you like to open?
WhatsApp.
Opening it. Latest chat. Fish ups. Product. Yesterday. Pinned. Mona. 9:01 a.m. 4 unread messages. Mona. 9:01 a.m.
Open.
Okay, opening. Chat with Mona. Received. Hi Joe. Good morning. 9 a.m. Downloading.
Hi, please call me whenever you have time. I want to discuss something.
Received. 9:01 a.m. This message contains image of size 56 kilobytes. Would you like me to describe this image? Yes or no?
Yes.
Downloading. Opening image. This image contains petal, flower, poster, plant, love, flesh. Text written on the image, or if we could spread love as quickly as we spread hate and negativity, what a beautiful world we would live in. Received. Cam scanner file 1 _ cam scanner file 1.pdf, 9:01 a.m. This message contains PDF. Would you like me to read? Yes or no?
Yes.
No document found. No more messages. Received.
Open.
Downloading. Opening file. Reading. Power on, press and hold the side button to turn on iPhone or activate Siri. Power off and SOS, press and hold the side button and either volume button to turn off iPhone or make an emergency call. Charging, use the lightning connector or place iPhone face up on a Qi certified wireless charger. 2020 Apple Inc. All rights reserved. Printed in China. 03404128A, scanned with cam scanner. Reading complete. Going back. Chat with Mona. Latest message. Received. Received.
New message.
Text message or voice message.
Voice message.
Speak after the ping sound. Touch with one finger to send and 2 fingers to cancel. Speak now.
Hey Mona, how are you?
Message sent. New message. Reverse read.
Play.
Hey Mona, how are you?
No more messages.
Text message.
Speak your message.
Hi Mona, good morning.
Got it. Hi Mona, good morning. Send, rewrite, continue writing or cancel.
Continue with space.
Speak your message.
I hope you are doing well.
Got it. Hi Mona, good morning. I hope you are doing well. Send,
Continue with new line.
speak your message.
I am writing this message using Luie Voice Control. Full stop.
Got it. Hi Mona, good morning. I hope you are doing well. I am writing this message using Louie Voice Control. Send, rewrite.
Send.
Message sent. New message. Reverse read.
Share location.
Current location or live location.
Live location.
Choose duration. 15 minutes, 1 hour or 8 hours.
15 minutes.
Live location shared. Latest message. Sent. 9:14 a.m. Delivered. This message contains location map.
Delete.
Delete entire chat or message.
Message.
Delete for me or everyone.
Everyone.
Deleted. Latest message. Received. You deleted this message. Received.
Clear chat.
Confirm clear chat.
Yes.
Cleared. Chat screen. Latest chat. Fish ups. Product. Yesterday. Pinned. Mona. Pin. Mona.
Call.
Voice or video call.
Voice call.
Starting voice call.
So Warren, if you allow us, we'll also like to show Gmail, which we released yesterday.
By all means. I am awed. I am awed.
Right. Thank you. Joe, you want to do your Gmail?
Yes. Hey,
Thank you.
Louie.
Hi, Joe. Which app would you like to open?
Gmail.
Opening Gmail. Signed in as Jody Negi Jody at Vizio-apps.com. Latest email. Unread. Mind Pharma nice presentation at 8:59 a.m. Unread. Mind Pharma. Unread. Norply Play developer.
Previous.
Latest email. Unread. Mind.
Open.
Opening. Email detail screen. Email from Mind Pharma to me, Pramit, nice presentation inbox, 8:59 a.m. Dear Jody, hope you and yours are doing well. Love the demonstration you did yesterday. Looking forward to the next one. Best. Do you want to reply? Reply all, forward, delete or more options.
Reply all.
Okay, speak your email.
Thanks so much.
Got it. Thanks so much. Send, rewrite, continue writing or cancel.
Send.
Email send. Email detail screen. Email from Jody Negi to mine, Pramit, nice presentation inbox, 9:17 a.m. Dear Jody, hope you and yours are doing well. Love. Reply, reply all, forward, delete or more.
Go back.
Gmail home screen. Currently selected. Latest email. Me nice presentation at 8:59 a.m. Unread. Norply Play developer console. Your update is live at 3:34. Unread.
Open.
Opening. Email detail screen. Email from norply-play-developer-console at google.com. To me, your update is live inbox, 3:34 a.m. Hello, your update to Luie Voice Control your apps with voice commands, created on June 25th, 2021 at 3:52 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, is live in the store. Luie Voice. Reply.
Delete.
Confirm delete. Yes or no?
Yes.
Email deleted. Currently selected. Unread. Norply Play developer console pre-launch report for Luie Voice Control. Unread.
Compose.
Okay. Say or spell first name.
Mayank.
Got it. Mayank. I found 2 results. Mayank Pharma. Mayank at Vizio-apps.com. Mayank Pharma.
Select.
What would you like to do next? Add more recipients, CC, BCC, or enter subject or dictate email message.
CC.
Say or spell first name.
Sunny.
Got it. Sunny. Sunny Chowdhury.
Select.
What would you like to do next? Add more recipients, BCC, or enter subject or dictate email message.
Subject.
Okay. Speak your email subject.
Test email.
Got it. Test email. Confirm, rewrite, continue writing or cancel.
Confirm.
Okay. Speak your email.
Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. Full stop.
Got it. Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. Send, rewrite, continue writing or cancel.
Send.
Email send. Gmail home screen. Currently selected. Unread. Norply Play developer console pre-launch report. Unread.
Add star.
Added star. Gmail home screen. Currently selected. Unread and star.
Close Gmail.
Closing Gmail. Which app would you like to open?
Stop.
Shutting down.
Thank you, Joe.
Amazing, amazing, Joy girl. Now, I got a question for you because it sounds like you are able to interrupt. How do I go about interrupting Louie?
Okay, so great question. So what we have done is, so there is only one gesture that one needs to use while Louie is in Louie voice session is on. This is what we call the magic gesture, just a two-finger touch on the screen. Now it's
Ah,
essentially one can use it. You want to, you want to move things much faster, right? So you can just use it to interrupt Louie. You can use it like, let's say if there are a series of emails, so it's reading one after another. So you want to make a selection on that particular email. Of course, you can do next, previous, etc. also. So just to make the whole experience much faster.
yeah, because I was hearing her doing things and I'm sitting here wondering, well, how in the world was she interrupting, or making it stop and doing what she wants, without being too verbose or whatever the case may be. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And, the one that I really liked was that. Well, everything about it is excellent, but I was fascinated by that contact management as well as the WhatsApp management. I think these are some of the things that those that are not familiar with the touch screen would really find very important to use, features to use. And great job, Pramit. Really, it seems like this thing keeps getting better and better,
Yeah, we are working hard, and see, for that I must really thank the users. So, like I said, so many users across the world, and there's a lot of feedback, constructive feedback that we get on a daily basis. I get a chance to directly connect with users on my WhatsApp. I talk to them. So you got to also understand, is this app really useful? Is it really making a difference? How should we improve it? What are the apps we should do next time? So last, I would say 9-10 months, everything is based on user feedback completely. Because though I'm also visually impaired, and in a lot of ways, I have built Louie to solve my own problem. But you realize that we are all different, and the more we can keep our open mind, we can keep our founders egos out, and we can just listen to the users what they are telling us, and just keep improving it for them. So in a way, hopefully the mindset will remain as we are trying to serve the community and taking their help to make it work for all of us.
So that's actually a really fantastic. I mean, I, as I say, always like the developer when they listen to what users say. It's kind of the first step to success. I mean, definitely after what he did. But I have a little question still. Is the text-to-speech engine actually built in, or that we can actually use the TTS engine, any TTS engine that we have already?
You asked about the text-to-speech engine?
Yes, the Google
Okay.
TTS. I've noticed that when.
Okay, so basically the way Miriam and Warren, no, this is very important. The way we have designed Louie is kept it completely open. So what it means is that now the user can select any text-to-speech engine, which will be only for Louie. So for example, you could have, let's say, your system TTS engine with which you run your talkback, let's say as Google. And you could have vocalizers set up for Louie. So the voices are different, and it can easily be done by voice. So you just start Louie, say change voice, and it will give you the options. Currently you are in Google, these are the options available. Just make the switch. If I say talk fast, talk slow, I can change the speed, etc. If I say, by the way, talk more, talk less, so the talk less will be in Louie it goes into low verbosity. So that can happen. And the other important thing is, in fact, it was only yesterday we were doing a webinar with Henshaws in UK, and one of the person asked that, look, I'm a blind and I'm completely dependent on my talkback. So will you be asking me to turn off talkback? And Louie doesn't, so that's why I said it's completely open. So Louie will work on top of a talkback. It will work even without a screen reader. Doesn't matter. We'll automatically adjust our settings. The only thing people have to remember is that while Louie voice session is on, of course, talkback gestures you cannot perform, because otherwise, it will mix up a lot of things.
Yes.
But talkback comes on. So during the voice session, only the two-finger tap that Louie, that is allowed. The moment voice session is over, and one can turn it off by just turning off the screen or just saying stop or silent or whatever, and then talkback comes back. So it's built assuming that it's a seamless experience for a visually impaired.
That's great, because I was going to ask the same question, and Miriam beat me to it, because I was sitting here thinking, hey, it would be nice if I could choose my own TTS instead of maybe using the Google Speech TTS or something like that. I happen to be one that has several different kind of TTS engines, and I would love to assign a particular TTS engine that I would prefer using with Louie. And that's nice that we could choose our TTS of choice to use with Louie. Now, I was sitting here listening to Joy perform all those things, and I was beginning to, is there, but yet I think I know my answer. I think that the chime was a little bit too loud, like when you start Louie. But I think it all probably is using the notification volume, and probably one could just set that to maybe a little bit lower so that the Louie startup sound is not too loud or something like that. Or if it is possible, maybe one could have a different sound or a shortened sound or something like that. I was sitting here thinking about those things.
Yeah, so you're right, it's a notification volume, but one can easily adjust it.
Yes. That makes sense. That's good.
In fact, morning, I must tell you, just an hour back, a friend from Nairobi, a user, he writes to me saying, I can't hear this ping. So I think his phone was probably on silent mode or vibrate mode, So I had to tell him, just increase your notification volume. That should fix it. So one can adjust that.
Well, good.
But it also gives you a vibration. So just to tell you, so instead, so you could also just, so
if you don't want sound, you could just use vibration.
Absolutely.
Great.
Because this ping sound you're right, can sometimes, you don't want to disturb others. So this is possible.
What I can say though, Pramit, is that you have this thing well thought out, and this is really good, because I could see a situation where I would rather just have it vibrate depending on where I'm at, and I could decide, hey, I just want it to vibrate instead of the startup sound and all of that. So you have it well thought out, and that was a good thinking on your part. Great job.
Well, I think it's I'll give all the credit to our users.
Well,
so we,
good.
by the way, have a WhatsApp group, and you can imagine, one update comes, and within hours, the users are all over it. This is not working. Improve this. This is working. Whatever, So that really helps. Really helps, because you just have to keep an open mind and be very, very responsive to user needs.
Yes, so that's actually amazing. So I have a question, because I've used Louie since it was in beta. I was a beta tester. I guess I think a couple of years ago. I hope I'm right. So my question is, why call it Louie? Is that because of Louie Braille, or I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, no, so you are right. So just to tell you, this is like almost 2 years back. There was a very early prototype which hardly used to work, but we still put it up on Play Store, did nothing, But then one of the things we saw, strangely, is that we were getting users on their own and across the world. So we very quickly realized that at least, there will be a global interest. So we then started looking, because one of the ways you can start Louie is by saying, hey, Louie, from the settings screen. So we then said, look, we need a short and sweet name, something that's easy to pronounce across the world. So whether you are in US or Mumbai in India or in Egypt, one should be able to, pronounce it in the same way. So it was an ad agency that was helping us. They came up with this thought, and you're absolutely right, Mariam. It is inspired from Louie Braille. And so Braille has done so much in our lives. So even if Louie can do a little bit out of that, I think we would consider ourselves successful.
Louie would love what has happened in his name. So much has happened in the name of Louie Braille. And so I tell you what, Louie would be a proud kid sitting up there in heaven, dancing a jig. Wow. great.
So, by the way, Warren, can I just tell you what are the other things that we are doing so that users know what
Absolutely.
other things to
Yes.
expect? Okay, so one of the natural things we had to do was, if there are people across 90 countries using it, now we needed to get into languages. That's very important. So currently, we have just started work on Hindi and in Spanish, and the whole idea is just to tell you, for a voice app, initially we thought it's going to be extremely complex, because
Yes.
getting into a language shouldn't be like rewriting your entire
Yeah.
app, but we have now figured out an easy
Absolutely.
solution.
Let me help
So a
you
very
to
creative
understand what I'm
solution.
saying.
So what will happen now is that we are very confident of getting Hindi out by mid-August. By before end September, Spanish. We have identified almost 17 to 20 languages, including some Indian languages, including Arabic. So for Africa, for example, Arabic and Swahili. These are the two we'll focus on. And basically, idea being that we, Spanish will take care of South America, and then we do a few European languages as well. So the idea is that, because my feeling is that people will be able to use much better use of it when it's in their native language. So that'll be awesome. We'll love to come back. And I'll also like to point out here that Warren has been helping us quite a lot. Warren, your advice in the past has been really helping us. And please keep doing that for us.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for joining us, and tell people how to get hold of you or get hold of Louie Braille and your groups. If you have some groups that people can join, give that info, or if you prefer to send it to us in written format, we could have that in our show notes. But I would like you to kind of tell people how to get hold of you or how to get hold of the app.
Okay. So number one, first, let's get a hold of the app. So just head over to Play Store, and you just need to put in Luie Voice Control. Louie spelled out as Louie. One can also just put in voice control, and you will find Louie. In the Play Store description itself, my email ID is provided there, but I'll anyway read it out again. So it is pramit@louievoice.com. And again, Louie spelled out as Louie. You can be sure of getting a response from me. We will also share the WhatsApp group link that one can use to join. And by the way, also what happens, anybody who installs Louie will get an automatic email which will have my contact details, WhatsApp, etc. Everything is there. So in fact, so you can just WhatsApp me. You can even just call me directly. And it will also have all the critical resources, how to start using Louie, how to book Uber, and so on. So all those, all the videos links are there. And of course, there is a user guide as well. There are videos embedded within the app, video links. So, and of course, give us your feedback. I think that's the most important thing.
Before we go, I have one feedback. I don't know if Louie does this already or no, but what we could do is, let's say we change the TTS for talkback and some problem happens, like there is no voice data installed or the TTS crashes. Can we invoke Louie and tell it to change the TTS for talkback? Otherwise, we would require sighted help to do that.
Okay, so no, we haven't done it yet. By the way, that's in our list. So one of the things now we'll be doing is, so what you're saying is really a system setting, right? So things like change the system TTS, correct? Or it could be something like check for update. So those are the kind of support we are going to bring in. So this is already, I think it has already come from the user. So thanks a lot. This is very useful.
But it is a good idea. If you could have that, I think that would be awesome, where people could use Louie to change the main TTS engine of the phone and all of that. I think that's a great idea, if it's doable, that is.
Oh, everything is doable. Let me assure you, it's just a question of, just the bandwidth. But otherwise, see, we are very sure. Android, I can tell you, see, the journey wasn't easy. Initially, every technology expert, accessibility expert told me cannot be done. Don't waste your time. But today we have reached a point where I'll tell you, anything that we want to do on Android, we are somehow, the team is so good, we're somehow able to do it. So this is something we'll do it.
Great.
Great. You're actually, the story of how this app came to life is really inspiring. I always love to see when, kind of a personal story actually developed something that helps people. That's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. So great job, really.
Yeah, I think it just happened for me. But yes, I do love to tell my story just in the hope, because a lot of people, like this lost phase, I think a lot of people have experienced it. So just in the hope that it might prove to be some kind of a motivation, and, people can learn from my stupidities and mistake.
It is definitely a motivation, Pramit, because I have come across, blind people that have just become blind and as adults, and they're kind of frustrated and don't want to participate in anything at all. And so your story says that there's a hope even when you lose your sight or whatever disability that happens in life. There are workarounds that we could get above all of that. And so your story definitely is an inspiration to everyone. And I'm glad we had you come on and tell this story. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thanks very much, Pramit. It was great to have you on. Guys, what are your reflections on that?
I mean, that guy's a rock star, man. I really like Pramit, his enthusiasm and what he wants to do for the blind. These are the kind of people that I like. And that guy is definitely one of those. And one of my unsung heroes, definitely Pramit. Great guy. Love that guy.
The best part I like about the app was the document recognition, means scanned PDF documents can be read with the voice assistant on WhatsApp, and it can also describe image. So that two things were the best.
The things that I really liked about the Louie and the interview was actually this story, how Mr. Bhargava turned his story to something inspiring to people, how he turned the pain and the crisis to something beautiful that he actually did to help other people who are like him to use and stuff like that. So it was really, really inspiring. It was a spectacular story that definitely
Absolutely. Do you give the app a whirl? We know that some in the community struggle with touchscreens, so voice control, especially an app like this, is a real alternative to heavy everyday touchscreen use.